You set your alarm for 5 a.m. You're gonna make sure that you start your day with a perfect workout. You're gonna get super jacked and juicy and bounce those titties like this guy in the stock footage. But before you get out of bed, you roll over and grab your phone, you open up your IG because you need your daily Bible verse. After mindlessly scrolling for a few minutes, you finally roll out of bed, you get dressed, and you take your pre. Then that pre-workout poop kicks in like it inevitably always does, and you race off to the bathroom. And of course, you bring your phone and get back to reading Bible verses. You finally make it to the gym, but you realize your workout sucks and you're never gonna look like this dude bouncing his titties. Why is that? Well, today we're going to dive into a few studies to understand how social media might be affecting your workout routine. We've known for years that mental fatigue can definitely negatively impact sports performance. However, with the recent advent of social media, we've seen this more often. In 2019, these researchers published a study on 20 soccer players who looked at social media for 30 minutes before playing a game, and they found that their decision making and their performance was significantly negatively impacted. Another study in 2020 took 25 male soccer players, and they had 3 different groups. They had one that looked at social media for 30 minutes, one who played FIFA for 30 minutes, and another one who just watched advertisement videos for 30 minutes. Interestingly, the ones who played a video game or went on social media had more mental fatigue than those who just watched the advertisements. That seemed weird to me because I figure for myself I would get definitely fatigued watching advertisements, but then took it further and they videotaped these matches, and they had coaches who were blinded, meaning that they didn't know which athletes did which, and they watched them and they analyzed their passes afterwards. And they concluded that those who were on social media or playing video games didn't make as good of passes as those who were just watching the video. So enough about soccer players, let's talk about boxers. Now in 2021, researchers took 21 boxers and they mixed them females and males, 13 females, 7 males. And again, they gave them 30 minutes of either social media or video games, and they found that those who played social media or video games had their performances negatively impacted. So both their defense and their striking was impacted. And finally, let's talk a little bit about swimmers. So in 2020, researchers took 25 elite level swimmers and they exposed them to either 30 minutes of social media or 30 minutes of a coaching instructional swimming video. Now I bet you would have never guessed it, but those on social media had a worse performance than those who watched the instructional video. They tested many different domains, from their perceived exertion level to actual distances like 50 and 100 meter swims, but I'll just summarize all that for you and tell you that those on social media sucked a lot more than those who weren't on social media. Now I say a lot more, but they actually included that it was around a 2% decline, but 2% when you're an elite level athlete is pretty darn significant. Now you may not be a professional athlete and you may not care about 2%, but little things like this add up. So when you wake up and you're scrolling through your phone and you take your pre-workout while you're scrolling through your phone, and you're doing your pre-workout poop while you're on your phone, you're on your way to the gym on your phone, and you sit down to warm up, you're on your phone, and in between sets you're on your phone, you can imagine that's probably a lot more than just 30 minutes of exposure, and the percentage is probably greater than 2%. So if you're wondering why you're still a scrawny little bitch even though you think you've been putting in a lot of the work, well, maybe it's because you're spending way too much time on your phone. Just food for thought. But if you insist on being on your phone, let's talk about some ways that you might be able to still make some gains. First would be creatine. Now I think everybody should be on creatine. We talked a lot about mental fatigue here, and something that a lot of people don't know is that creatine can actually act as kind of like a nootropic. Creatine's been shown to increase mental performance and may actually help to offset some neurodegeneration. So in 2023 or whatever year you're watching this and you're not taking creatine, why not do so right now? You can go over to GorillaMind.com, use code ATLAS, get 10% off. The next, of course, would be Gorilla Mode, or any pre-workout, but Gorilla Mode, definitely industry leader. So again, if you're dealing with mental fatigue, this has got you covered with things like creatine, caffeine, Kana, huperzine A. If you want a full breakdown of it, go watch Derek's video. He does a much better job dismantling these things than I do. Though I will say I've been using this product for the past 3 or 4 years because I feel like it's the industry leader. Like I said, it's definitely the most science-based pre-workout supplement on the market. So get off your phones, go grab some Gorilla Mind products and smash your next workout, and I'll see you guys in the next one.